Good morning. Today is 26th November, uh, an important day for all lawyers, law graduates, and other persons in administration of justice and wanted to uphold the Constitution of India and protect the Constitution of India's implementation. See, so far our independent India is concerned, these three dates are most important. You cannot confuse with these dates. That is 15th August 1947, midnight, because Indian Independence Act was passed at the Imperial Parliament of United Kingdom. So that time that was 12 known there. So here midnight. That date is important. Thereafter, Constitution Committee was formed, and that Constitution Committee, after proposal, resolutions, amendment, not they have, we, the people of India, adopted the Constitution this day, 26th November. So this day is being called as a law day. Then the next date was at the time of adoption of this Constitution by the Constitution Assembly, the President of India, then they, as now giving assent for all the acts passed by the Parliament. Then that time the Constitution Assembly President Mr. Rajendra Prasad given assent and given effect of the Constitution from 26th January 1950. That was the day of Republican Day. These three dates should not be confused. Of course, this is only for the persons, beginners, not for the others who already know this. Just to share this information with you only, do not take it otherwise. And then today I am going to share with a judgment. Again and again my subscriptions were running more than thousands. Some of them are military men, wanted to, why you are not discussing any of the, this is most important judgment, and one you want to know the how to defend martial court proceedings, army tribunal proceedings, then the SLP to the Supreme Court, must know this judgment and the sections and other concepts, the particular words used in this judgment. AR 2020 SC 3696, Union of India versus Lieutenant Colonel S.S. Bedi. You must, before going to the facts of the case, actually it is very sorry state of affairs. You must know the history of the case. The appellant was commissioned in the Indian Army Medical Corporation on 24/7/1966. He was posted at Base Hospital, Lucknow, as a medical specialist on 3/4/1984. A complaint was made by two women against the appellant on 15/5/1966 that he misbehaved with them during checkup by inappropriately touching their private parts. GOC in C directed attachment of the appellant for regarding summary evidence, which was completed on 39/1986, and it was subsequently due to some procedure irregularity, it was cancelled, and again summary evidence was recorded. Then General Court Martial directed trial on 29/11/1986. The trial was end on conviction. So the sections framed against him was, you see, he was charged for committing a civil offence, that is 354 IPC. He was found guilty and sentenced to cashiered from service on 14/1/1987. The word cashiered from service means just remove him from service with all service benefits. Then actually what happened, under section 164(2), of the Army Act 1915, a petition was filed. That was then it was challenged before Delhi High Court. The writ petition was transferred by court to principal bench of the Armed Forces Tribunal, New Delhi. The tribunal upheld the conviction, but instead of cashiering services, modified to punishment to pay a fine of rupees 50,000 rupees. Then there were two appeals before the Supreme Court, one against the authority and the other against the delinquent army personnel. So they said there was some explanation. I do not want to read those explanations. That seems to be very ugly in nature. Defense is also very too shabby and unsustainable objections. However, the appellant seems to be 78 years old. Then they have gone through the entire evidence and held that the victim complainant have no grudge against the personal delinquent. Then you have to go through section 171H of the Army Act. Then you have to go through the rules, regulation 16A of the Army Pension Regulations 1961. All deals with this case. They have also referred a judgment, Union of India versus Brigadier P.K. Datta, retired, Union of India versus P.D. Yadav. This judgment of 1995 and 2001, you have to follow this. Then finally the Supreme Court has come to a conclusion that after going through, actually what had happened, the punishment, removal of service, after that the dismissal from service have no monetary benefit in the normal course of disciplinary procedure. Here in Martial and Army Act is having something different procedures. So after punishment, the service benefits will be regulated under Pension Regulations Act. So that power has been vested with the President of India. Therefore, they have said that the tribunal did not forfeit the pension, and they have finally the tribunal held that the punishment of cashiering service shocking, disproportionate. That the Supreme Court did not accept that. However, they say the 50,000 payment of fine, which was already paid by him, is directed to be returned to the delinquent army men, and the punishment of cashiering service was awarded by the Martial Court. So these all are the procedures you must follow to deal with your army case. And another important judgment I have to discuss with you, the same about army men, because this is the high time, so I have to say also section 15 and 30 of the Armed Forces Tribunal Act 2007. There they say statement before army officer is not hit by the provision of section 25 of the Indian Evidence Act. But however, they say when they are giving confession before the squadron, entire squadrons, that is therefore that is available, that is admissible. That was they say. So you have to go through Union of India versus Sandeep Kumar 2019 for MLJ Criminal 70 Supreme Court. This judgment should also be read if you are really wanted to practice before the Army Tribunal or Martial Court and other things. So the main thing they have said that when as to court-martial judgment should be interfered was legally not sustainable order and misreading of any army order or wrong appreciation of question of law, and these things should be kept in mind. Kindly go through both the judgment, and actually if the courts are functioning today here in Chennai, again the state holiday due to cyclone was declared. Otherwise we will be administered oath. All normally advocates and judges used to take oath on this fine day of National Law Day. Best wishes.